Hey guys, Marisa at KitchenTableStamper.com. This is the last treat in our little Valentine series, a little Love You Crab. I found these squishies on Amazon. So they're heart-shaped, clear, and inside they have little pink and white beads that look like pearls. So I thought perfect with the crab. Let me show you. I will put a link to these in the description below. There's little red ones with white beads. They remind me of those clear balloons. Okay, I might be showing my age, but when I was younger, they do clear balloons, big clear balloons, and fill them with like little teddy bears and stuff. And so I just love that this squishy's clear and all the little fun pearls show. Anyway, this is made with a 6x6 piece of designer series paper, so you use up all your 6x6 pads or stacks, or get 4 out of a 12x12 sheet. Let me tell you though, because of these long tuck tabs, this works best with designer series paper. You'd want to modify this if you're going to use cardstock, because these tabs need to kind of bend and flex to tuck. Let me show you. So I've got a piece of designer series paper here. I love this. This is Friends of the Ocean designer series paper, and we're going to score this on the 6-inch side at 2 inches, 2 3/4, 4 3/4, and 5. Then you want to rotate once to the right and score at 1, 2, 4, and 5. Really super easy. 4 out of a 12x12 sheet, not bad. Let's work this with a bone folder and trim according to the template. So I like to always work inside out first, especially with designer series paper. I work inside out with cardstock though too. I come from a company that had printed cardstock, like our two-tone cardstock is printed, right? And so my habit is to work inside out first and then right side in. And what that does is it lets the stress of the paper fiber stretching out on the inside of the treat box. So I do go both ways, inside and then outside. And then we're going to line this up with our template and give it a trim. Okay, so in your left hand, you want that 2-inch section. And then we're going to take out the bottom 2 rectangles and the top 2 rectangles. All right, so second score line, cut up to the first score line, and then take out those 2 rectangles. All right, then we're gonna do the same over here. We're gonna go 2 score lines, and oh, that's only 1, 2 score lines, and then cut away these rectangles. Now this right here and this right here are your tuck tabs. So you're gonna skip over those and then cut out 2 rectangles. So go down the next score line and then cut off these 2 little rectangles. Now move down to here, go to the last score line, cut in 2 score lines, and then cut off these 2 little rectangles. So there is our treat box. Now for designer series paper, you don't need to pre-score your gussets. It's soft enough that they'll just do it. If you're doing for cardstock, I would cut 1/2 inch off of each tab and do the scoring for the gusset ahead of time so you get a nice crisp close. But with designer series paper, it's soft enough that we can just go ahead and fold it up. All right, so this is our glue tab here. We're gonna go ahead and glue this little guy shut. Let's add a strip of tape down the skinny side and close it up. If you wanted to, you could store these flat like this. They're all ready to go. All right, now the little gussety part. So you're gonna take the top of your treat and just pinch in, and then you'll kind of roll and tuck the designer series paper tab in, And then you will continue that little gusset. Oh, I creased my paper. Don't crease your paper. Hang on. All right, so you're gonna roll that so that it goes into, and then grab that gusset that you started and just fold and roll. And keep pushing that gusset. All right, then I'm gonna go from the inside and just pop that out a little bit. And look at that little cutie. All right, so that's one end of our little gusset fold box. Now this side, you can, if you want to, grab a little punch and make a thumb notch. I've got a 1/2 inch circle here, and you're gonna go on center, then pinch the gusset, then kind of flex this a little bit and tuck it in so it's flexed a little bit, and then push it down and keep pulling this gusset in as you push it down. And there is your tree box. Isn't that the cutest? So simple, and what a great way to use up tons of your designer series paper, whether you cut 12 by 12 into 6 by 6 or you use up stacks of 6 by 6. Super cute. All right, so we're gonna pull this guy out of here, and you gotta really put your finger in there and pull it out. Let's add our treat, and I can close it back up. I'm gonna show you close it back up again. So you press in that gusset, roll this guy in, kind of flex it and roll it. And then once it's rolled, kind of flexed in there, push the gussets from the side and keep pressing the rolled end in. Cute, right? Okay, this is the back of our box because it's got the thumb notch and the seam. Let's get some of this white woven ribbon. Love this stuff. 1/2 inch white woven ribbon. Every gift needs a big loopy bow, if you ask me. So I'm gonna tie a big bow all the way at the bottom edge. That's also going to show my front from my back so I don't accidentally glue my goods on the back. Really cute, isn't it? Simple, cute, great way to give a couple of candies. I personally love these little squishies with the Ocean Friends theme we've got going on here. I think you could do this throughout the entire summer. It does not have to be a Valentine, but it sure is a cute one, don't you think? All right, so we're gonna pull that so that it's just beyond the fold and set everything aside for a minute. I'm gonna show you some die cuts that I did ahead. So we're using the Ocean Friends dies and the Hearts of Elegance dies. I've got from Coastal Cabana, got the second here. It's the smallest of the nested ones. Like this one's a little bit different shape because it cuts out a stamped image. So it's really the smallest of the nested ones. But that's the Coastal Cabana heart. And then I used these seaweed dies and cut some Granny Apple Green seaweed. I have one more little heart here. See that dotted heart? That is this solid one from the Hearts of Elegance. That's Melon Mambo. And we got to do a little stamping before we adhere these guys. Let's slide aside and bring in Stampin' Pierce mat and some basic white cardstock. My inks are Summer Splash, Melon Mambo. Oh, I forgot to show you one of my die cut pieces. That's okay, it's basic white, so I'll show you really quick before we get stamping. Calypso Coral. The last little piece I have for you here is this little strip with the postage edge. What that is, I think you're gonna like this. I took the perennial postage dies, cut this banner, and then cut the banner in half. So really cute way to add this greeting. Let's do that. I've got love you from Ocean Friends. We'll stamp that right on center. Really, really cute with that postage detail at the end. Then we're gonna stamp some bubbles on our heart. Got these little 3 bubbles here. I'm gonna put them right up in the corner just to add a little bit of interest, a little bit of texture. On the back of there, our crab is Calypso Coral for the outline. And then we're gonna color in with Calypso Coral. Let me get some grid paper here. Now we want to do a second generation Calypso Coral. So I'm going to ink and stamp. Do that a couple of times. Get this stamp accepting ink kind of primed up. Priming up even where we're stamping off, because then you get a more vibrant second generation with a more solid looking coverage. So we'll stamp off and then we'll line up over the lines. Take your time and check those little legs. And then fill in. Oh, love. All right, we gotta die cut this guy. Let's get our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and get rid of these ink pads. These are so fast, so cute. And the little squishies are really fun and affordable. All right, slide this guy out and this guy in. We're gonna set up 1, 2, 3 for die cutting. And here is a little low tack tape. Give it a crank. How cute is that? Do you love it? I love it. All right, so we've got our die cut bits, our sweet box, a great sample, and now I'm going to use a lot of dimensionals because that is how I roll. All right, I'm gonna grab the edges of the dimensionals here, because what I can do is use that to hold down the ribbon. So not only will it hold the ribbon in place, it'll also hold the heart. And we can add the seaweed. I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue, and I like the fine point one because we're actually going to lift it and add some dimensionals too, so it really jumps off the page. Put a little bit of glue at the end and tuck that on there. Same with this one. And there's a split in this, and the glue oozed out a little bit, but it is okay because we're about to add the heart and the crab over that. I'm going to use one of these little half dimensionals that I have, pop some on the back of the seaweed so that it lifts, and then same over here. Now our crab needs a little touch before we add dimensional. Got a black Stampin' Right marker. I'm going to do little details on the eyes. He's so cute. Got the dimensional under there. Be careful, the one little claw goes past the side of the heart here, and we don't want to have our dimensionals hanging off. Don't cover the bubbles. Get the little heart. And I'm going to tuck the heart underneath the crab's legs so that we don't lose that cute little detail. We don't want that covered up. And add the little heart. Next, love you. Where's our little banner? I'm going to grab a half a dimensional here. All right, on the love end of the banner, I'm going to put a dimensional. And on the U end of the banner, I'm going to put a blue dot. And then just pop this little guy across. So sweet. It needs a little sparkle. Every project needs a little sparkle. So I'm going to use these in color sparkle gems. I'm going to get the Summer Splash ones. Such a good little bubbly embellishment for this. I'm gonna put them right in the corner. I guess a heart doesn't have a corner, but right up in the heart there, so it's among the seaweeds. And there is our cute little 6x6 paper pouch treat. We gotta trim up the tails of our ribbon here. The link for the heart squishies is in the description below. If you have any questions about the project, you can email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com and shop Stampin' Up 24/7. Buzz over to marisaAlvarez.stampinUp.net. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.